This is a sad girl.
That's fine.
Hi, it's Wednesday. I forgot what day it was. So last night I went to Leave to Remain at the Lyric Hammersmith with my friend Jay before he leaves for a tour. My views, I kind of made quite a few posts about it. I made a full like Instagram review on the show, so check that out, because that probably explains it in more depth than I'm going to say now. I left really frustrated. It was one of those shows where there were so many elements and so many, and like the performances and characterization and the whole premise of the show were amazing. And then there were just like things that just really frustrated me about the show. Like that the lyrical content didn't really match the script. I don't think the music was that memorable. When I wanted a song, there wasn't a song. When there was a song, it kind of came in while the scene was getting really good, and I was like, no. And I just don't think it knows whether it's a play or a musical, which was kind of the weirdest part, because it was 1 hour 45 with no interval, which is alright. I wasn't that restless, but there was at least one clear moment when an interval should have happened and it didn't. I don't know, I just was a bit disappointed as I went in with, I guess I went in with high expectations, and kind of, I was just frustrated that I could see that it could be an amazing show, but I could see where it was just missing. Meh. I got a day seat for Come From Away's first performance tonight. I'm so happy. I finally get to see it, and it's the first day that it's here, and I'm just like, it's front row, so I'm going to be looking up a little bit, but still. I've been waiting for the show for like a couple of years. I'm going to cry my eyes out and I don't care.
Sure, what would you like?
Come From Away cups at the Theatre Cafe. Boom! So in a nutshell, Come From Away yesterday was incredible. I think it's the best musical I've ever seen. Big title, but Rachel Tucker and the whole cast were just insane. And like the standing ovation, it literally finished blackout, and then the lights went up and all 3 floors were standing. I don't think I've ever experienced a standing ovation like that in a long time. I'm trying to find Olivia. She's somewhere here. I had a really bad sleep, so she messaged me early in the morning, and then I fell asleep and I woke up. And it's the afternoon, so I need a coffee, but I'm gonna go and find it. It's Waitress. I am seeing Waitress in Feb, but like, it's so weird. I don't get why it's all Jenna. Why Jenna is all Cis Male and not Catherine McPhee, because I'm sure she has pro shots. But Waitress is here and it's no longer kinky. It feels so weird. It feels so weird. I don't know if you can see, but there is a massive picture of Cis Male. And like, I really want Cis Male to come to the UK now. And there is 9 to 5, which is just like previews. And I really want to see it because I loved it when it was on tour. I want to see it with Caroline Sheen because she's a queen. What once was Dreamgirls is now 9 to 5 and Dolly. Yay! Look! And say the catchphrase.
This. It's because I'm always laughing, so it's funny. This is a sad girl.
I'm recording.
The only reason I realised it was her was that moment. You wouldn't have.
Which is maybe the most horrifying word I ever heard, which is followed by a honeymoon when suddenly you realize you settled with a nut, want to kill me like you should, so this nights at lunch, but I'm not getting married. Don't have lunch, cause I'm not getting married. You've been dragged, but I'm not getting married. Don't just stand like I'm not getting married. And don't tell Paul, but I'm not getting married today. And I live in my house, and I live in my house by myself.
That one looks like a turtle.
It looks like a what?
Turtle.
So around it, because I actually didn't talk much at all this vlog. The face looks so weird with using a ring light. So what happened? So after coming from away, the performance in the Theatre Cafe was by the cast of Caroline or Change, and it sounds so good. I've been meaning to go before it closes because I love Sharon D. Clarke, and I've always been intrigued with the show. At some point before March, I need to see it before Fiddler on the Roof goes in, which I'm also like excited for because I love Fiddler. Then on Friday, me and Olivia went to Versace Galleries. I think it's the galleries. I think it's plural because there's multiple rooms. But I don't really get galleries. Like some of it, I was like, oh, this is art. And some bits of it, I just don't get it. But there was like the freakiest thing if you go there. And there's this like small ball and you just think it's, oh, like knitting needles, like okay. You turn around and there's a woman's face there. And it's the scariest thing because it just looks like she's watching you around the whole room. And then I booked a ticket to see West End Women starring Rachel John, Celinde Schoenmaker and Lauren Samuels. Their voices are insane and I think I've just like love them more as performers now after watching that. I just wish we got to hear from them a bit more, which is my little like issue with West End concerts a lot of the time, is that there's like hardly any speech. It's just song, 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 then like a host saying like a couple of lines about the producers and then song, 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 and I'm like, I want to know why they chose this song. I want to know. Like, they didn't even talk about what shows they've been in, so that was my only bugbear, but their performances were insane. Like, I've never heard Celinde actually do anything from Phantom, and my ears were just like this. Lauren Samuels' Maybe This Time was incredible, and literally everything that Rachel John sang was just like perfect. I was just like, she is a queen, and her storytelling abilities are just phenomenal. And then on Sunday, I went with my friend Stuart to go, and Olivia and Charlotte were there too, but I went to, oh, and From the Wings were there too, Jordan Russell. It was a whole gang. Stuart invited me to go with him to see Seth Rudetsky in concert, because the Broadway in Leicester Square, I think it's called, or Broadway in the West End, his concerts at the Leicester Square Theatre. His guests this time were Jenna Russell, did a concert with him in the matinee at 4 o'clock, and then he did one with Judy Kuhn, because Judy Kuhn is over in Fiddler playing Golda, and I was like freaking out inside, because Jenna Russell is like one of my, I mean Seth Rudetsky in general, like as a theatre kid growing up, Seth was just like everything I watched while growing up, like constantly on Playbill watching or constantly on YouTube watching, so I was like, he exists, he's a real person, and he's just the best person to host a concert. Oh my gosh, like he knows how to like get stories, basically do everything that I said that I really miss in concerts. And Jenna Russell is just incredible. Like I loved her in Merrily We Roll Along, because I got to see her in it, in Fun Home recently, and then whenever watching her online and like Into the Woods, etc. And then Judy Kuhn she is the voice of Pocahontas, like Colours of the Wind is her, and I can now say I've seen two of the princesses sing their songs in live, because I saw Adina sing Let It Go a few years ago, so I was like, but it's just so good, and they're just so incredible and inspirational and phenomenal performers, and it's so cool to hear like how vast their careers are, all the hidden stories that you'd never know. So I totally recommend, if he comes back over again, to book your tickets. And we went to Mod in between, because if you need like food when you go and see a West End show or like in between shows, go to Mod, because it's basically Subway meets pizza, and it's the best. So that is AeroVlog week 11 coming to a close. Did I film much? I don't know. I'm not great at this, like, either some weeks I'll vlog loads talking to you but never showing you things, and some weeks I film a lot of stuff but don't actually tell you what's happening. Someday, when I get more used to this, to be fair, this is only week 3 after a long break, so we'll get used to this. Right, see you soon, love you loads, bye 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 bye. Oh, and subscribe if you haven't already, and there's a playlist of all the past AeroVlogs, so click on that if you want to get to see what else I've been up to over the past year. Okay, love you loads, bye 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 bye.